a few weeks after Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal began trade negotiations with US officials, including Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer during his visit to the United States in early March. It is now Assistant US Trade Representative for South and Central Asia, Lynch, who's leading a team of US government officials who are in India from March 25th to 29. Both the countries are negotiating hard to sign a Bilateral Trade Agreement or a BTA. It's a framework that looks to more than double the total bilateral trade to $500 billion by 2030. It's an ambitious target, no doubt, given that in 2023, the Indo-US bilateral trade was valued at about $190 billion. And what will be the main guiding post in these trade talks? On one hand, it will be to increase market access to each other's geographies while bringing down tariff and non-tariff barriers, and all the while deepening supply chain integration. On the other hand, increasing US exports of industrial goods to India and Indian exports of labor-intensive manufactured products to the United States, and increasing trade in agricultural goods. These will be the guiding posts. The Mission 500 or the $500 billion target was inked during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United States. Senior Indian officials have told The Week that the BTA talks are in an advanced stage and a deal may actually fructify in a matter of weeks. But the big question is, will it be able to right past the April 2 cutoff date set by President Trump for imposition of reciprocal tariffs that has taken the world by storm? Reciprocal tariff means imposition of a similar amount of tax or trade restriction that one country places on another in response to what the latter has imposed on the former. Indian officials are hoping that the reciprocal tariff regime by the US on India is put off for some time, at least till the BTA is signed. One must remember that the United States is one of the very few countries where India has a favorable balance of trade, which means India earns much more from trade with the United States than the United States is earning from India. A US official release on Monday said Lynch's visit reflects the United States' continued commitment to advancing productive and a balanced trade relationship with India. Nor is there any option to not doing trade with the United States. India buys from the US high-end technology products that India just cannot do without. These are electrical machinery and equipment, and nuclear reactors and broilers, electronic products like transistors, diodes, and other semiconductor devices and communication devices like phones and other wireless equipment. Having said that, it is important to see that India's economic interests are protected and protected well, particularly the agricultural products that India exports to the United States. After all, agriculture is still the predominant sector in India, where a substantial chunk of the Indian population is dependent upon for livelihood. India should also look to capitalize on the upcoming Reciprocal Defense Procurement or the RDP agreement, where the prospects of military products and systems finding a market in the US are good. This is particularly important in the backdrop of the impending US policy review of the respective arms transfer regulations and negotiations for a reciprocal defense procurement. At the same time, India should also look for opportunities for enhanced trade with the European Union, United Kingdom, the Gulf countries, and BRICS, including China, of course, because these are geographies where there's disgruntlement over the reciprocal tariffs regime.